there, hope you're having a good day so far. I'm Lauren, this is Scott, and we run the Bikini Experiment. Today we are going to be chatting with you a little bit about a very important topic.
Oh, I'm supposed to say it?
Protein, yay!
Protein at breakfast.
We like protein. Why is protein important?
Okay, so
In a non-sciencey way.
okay, but like pieces. So there are three.
A bit.
There are three major nutrients, right? You have protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Now, of those three, the only one that your body can't make and is the most important is protein. It's what you should spend your money on first, and then fill out with everything else.
Yes.
So the reason that is that protein can be used. Protein is used to make up everything that makes you beautiful. So it's what makes up your skin. It's what makes up all your enzymes.
Skin, hair, nails.
Yep, hair, nails, muscles. So like, even if when you start to develop your muscles, you need to have nice skin so that they'll look good, right? That's all protein. So protein is used not just to build everything that makes you healthy and work and look good, but it can also be used for fuel.
And this is why I think everyone in the workout community, or if you follow anyone, they always talk about protein, protein, protein.
Right.
And that's because the two things kind of work simultaneously. If you're doing all these workouts where you're tearing down muscle, but you're not refueling by getting enough protein,
And
it's
it's actually
work.
it's actually more than refueling. It's actually providing the actual nutrient that's going to cause you to look better. So it is massively important. Just as like a side note, so fats are basically used for energy, and some fats provide the base for hormones,
right,
which are massive. So the only one that's not necessary is carbohydrate. Like, you don't need
but
carbohydrate.
that doesn't mean you should cut them out either.
Right, for
Yes.
sure. So it's used for energy, and the body can actually maintain it. It's just to give you an order of what's most important in your spending. But carbohydrates,
Your spending?
well, especially like
Your food shopping?
yeah, my food shopping, and in your meal order. But carbohydrates important for especially the fiber needs and keeping your energy and your blood sugar stable. So protein.
So they all have
first.
important functions. I just always get like nervous. I feel like low carb's been like pushed so much.
Right, and we both have done low carb, and it has had some positive effects, but it also has some negative downstream long-term effects.
I
So
think
it's
it has
not
its place, but you should definitely be getting healthy carbs in your diet.
Right, but protein first. Anyway.
Protein's the number one thing.
Okay, so protein at breakfast. We always say protein at breakfast, and no one ever eats protein at breakfast. They always go carb first.
Well, because it's also the convenience.
Right.
Because
So I'm going to talk about convenience. So, and most people who do eat protein at breakfast usually go to eggs.
I do.
And
9 times out of 10.
And I love eggs, and that's what I would go with. But I want to give you a solution if you can't eat eggs. If you're sensitive to eggs, it's one of the most highly food-sensitive foods. So, yeah, it's the one that tests like positive food sensitivity. So, some of the things I've been playing around with that are non-egg are actually just grabbing a package of ground beef, obviously grass-fed. We talk about grass-fed beef. And I'm going to make ground beef today, and I'm going to put it over top of our pre-prepared sweet potatoes, which I still have from the other night that we baked. And I'm going to put a little bit of kale, which we already sauteed, pre-prepared, and I'm going to reheat that. So it's a way that I can get my protein in pretty quickly, because burgers take longer than cook.
Right.
And I can just do some ground beef over some sweet potatoes with some kale, and it's actually a great breakfast. You can add you can go salsa if you want to mix it a little more almost like omelets, right? Like Mexican. You can add in other flavors.
And a little Greek yogurt if you can eat yogurt.
Sure.
And that's more protein.
Right.
And it makes it more filling.
And so some other options that I want to talk about real quick is Greek yogurt, if that's a possibility for you. If you can eat the dairy, I can't. So Greek yogurt's out. I'm playing around with non-egg breakfasts, but I do love eggs, and I usually do okay with them. And my final suggestion is there's no excuse used to not get protein at breakfast because even one of my go-tos when I'm running late, and
Protein shake.
I'm a constant late cutter.
A late cutter, yeah, he's a late cutter.
I'm a late cutter.
I've never heard that saying, but you
Is a protein shake. Now, what I do is I use from HEB, our local grocery store. They have a green juice, like a cold pressed green juice, and
But you can use anything as your base. I mean, I tend to use almond milk.
Right.
Scott likes the green juice, and you can even just use water if you're looking to cut costs or you haven't been to the grocery store. Just plain water. So
one important piece though is don't use a juice. So like I'm not eating a high sugar. So you don't want to, with protein in the morning, don't go with any high sugar juices.
Yeah, it's really gonna spike your insulin, and you're gonna feel like crap
you're gonna feel like
all
crap
day.
So no orange juices. Get away from the high concentrated fruit smoothies.
You don't do a lot of bananas or things like that.
No fruit. Just basically go with a low sugar base. Mine is celery, cucumbers, spinach, and parsley. Lauren has green juice that has kale and a little bit of apple, but we always make sure to check the sugar. I put in mine the paleo. It's called paleo protein, but whatever. Basically, it's a grass-fed beef protein. It's the first animal protein I found I can digest.
You didn't show my protein, honey.
Go grab it. And I also put in a scoop of collagen. So collagen is the protein that basically makes up all your connective tissues, your skin, your hair, your nails.
I do play around with protein, but I do always have Sun Warrior Classic. Is this the vanilla? Yeah, this is the vanilla, but the chocolate's really good too. And it's a rice-based protein.
It's a brown rice protein.
Yeah. So there is an option. I mean, obviously we're not vegetarians, but there is an option if you don't want a meat protein.
Oh, I'm not vegetarian. Making beef for breakfast. And what's interesting is if you are sensitive to milk and you can't have whey protein, which is me.
These are neither one of these are whey-based. So
one of these. Both of these are a pretty good option. I have found with rice protein, it's okay, but I do even better with the beef protein, which is a new find for me. So,
we're always experimenting with new things.
Protein in the morning, you gotta go with probably around, even if you're a woman, probably between 20 and 30 grams. Because your eventual goal at the end of the day is to get 1 gram per pound of body weight. So you weigh 115. So she needs to get at least 115 grams of protein.
Yeah.
I weigh 165. I need to get at least 165 grams of protein.
Which it sounds totally overwhelming. I remember before I started training with Scott, I think I maybe got like 10 grams a day. Probably, right?
I don't know, it's small.
It was bad. So I know it sounds really overwhelming, but when you start to just change your diet over to more nutrient-dense foods, it kind of starts to naturally flow. And when you are making better choices, like making sure to get the protein at breakfast and with your snacks, it really becomes second nature. So it may seem like a lot, but it's achievable for sure.
And a 4 ounce, a 4 ounce breast of chicken gets you 25 to 30. So
so that in one meal, there you go.
Right. 1 scoop of my protein powder gets me 23, and I add a scoop of collagen, which is another 11. So basically, this little protein shake here with greens, and honestly, you don't need any sugar because the protein is vanilla based, and it tastes delicious. So
It has a little stevia in it too.
I don't know. You can look at that.
Yeah, it does have stevia.
So,
but it's the last.
The protein has stevia and some vanilla flavoring, so it's great. So you can always add stevia instead of any, don't add honey or any of the sugar bases. So anyway, that's my my breakfast protein important spiel, plus ways to get it with eggs, and then non-egg options with Greek yogurt, non-egg and non-dairy options.
It's hard. I mean, that takes out a lot. That takes out my main go-tos. I'll usually have eggs, and if not, I'll occasionally have Greek yogurt, and some overnight oats or something. But if you don't have those categories as options, it can get hard.
So you can go with a rice protein shake, a beef protein shake, and a ground
beef.
And actually, I find ground beef is great for breakfast. It may feel kind of odd for some people to have chicken at breakfast. For me, I just have meals, but actually beef
I like
in the morning
breakfast foods.
is it's super, it's like super amenable to breakfast. So I'm gonna make and also having it on sweet potatoes is very breakfasty because people like it's kind of like your difference of like a hash brown or something like that.
Sure.
It's basically a potato in the morning. People like those potatoes, those morning potatoes.
Oh, our fan stopped. Do you see how quiet it got in here?
Oh shit.
Scary.
Well, that's really cool. We probably should do that so people can hear us better.
Yeah.
It's like, let's turn off
I
the
felt
fan
like I was
noise.
talking really loudly, but now I realize I was like trying to talk over the fan.
Alright, so we learned something today, and I probably shouldn't point this knife at you
Yeah, don't do that.
as if I don't like you. Which is
Or
not true.
me.
Right. Well, you're over there. Anyway, so we learned to turn the fan down today, and I hope you learned something about protein. And
This is the beauty of live video, people.
anyway, so I'm gonna make my beef and make it real quick, and then I've got to get off to edit Lauren's upcoming book,
Yay, it's coming soon. I'm so excited.
which will reinforce some of these lessons. It's called Eat Your Way Fit, and so I'm working through the edits right now. So I'm gonna go do that, and then we have a photo session today. So
we are busy. So thanks for joining us. We're gonna let Scott eat his breakfast. Thanks for joining in with us, and we will see you soon. Wait, bye, Scott.
my girl is stronger than you.
It's so hard to read that backwards.
Is it that
Bye.